And we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. Ooh. To session 6 of the Tribute Coast. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the with session 5's climactic finale. You know we had to come and bring you another session within the same week. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The session's so nice, they gave it to us twice. And without further ado, Law, paint this world for us.
I'm going to paint away. Thank you all for joining me. I don't think we need a super huge recap of last session, considering it's so close, but if anyone's got anything they'd like to say about last time, now's your opportunity to speak away.
Nobody has anything they want to say?
Nothing important happened.
What?
Nothing important happened?
Man, listen, bro. We saw this great and powerful paladin of the crown, bro. This paladin of the crown, this hulking mammoth gentle giant of a dude, this gentleman in shimmering metal from head to toe, got turned into puree, bro. And I don't like it one bit.
Minecraft Legos. I saw a trailer video.
There it is.
Amazing.
I'm telling you, bro.
And there's a free version, and then there's probably there's an updated version, but it's amazing. I told her next time we stream, I wanted to stream maybe checking out that texture pack because it looks so cool.
That's gonna be the content.
Wait, where the hell did that come from? What the?
What?
Where did that come from? How did we transition into that?
Where did what come from? What did I miss?
I think the shock of the last session is still here.
I'm confused. What did I miss?
Why did you just start talking about Minecraft Legos?
Did you hear me?
No.
No, we didn't hear anything about Minecraft Legos.
All we heard you say was
Is my push to talk not working? Can you hear me right now?
Yes, we can hear you.
James was talking about how Orb died, and out of nowhere you come in with
Minecraft talking about Minecraft Legos. What the?
Woo! Where the fuck?
I am so glad you're recording right now, dude. I am so glad. I cannot wait. This is gonna be my favorite part to listen to this tomorrow. I can't wait to hear myself be like, "Where the fuck did that come from?"
I was wondering.
Oh my God.
I was wondering. I'm like, why did you? Like, why did he stop talking?
Anyway, I'm assuming you're talking to your family.
The content, bro.
I swear I was paying 100% attention. I wasn't talking.
I love it, and this is why bro, that's it. We're going gold. We're getting 1,000 subscribers after this. Put this on Reddit in the morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, let me fix that push to talk. Hold on.
Patreon.com/family-friendly-fun. This is it.
Family-friendly fantasy, dude. Family-friendly fun is the top competitor, okay? You just directed people to
Patreon.com/family-friendly fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing D&D and a whole lot of other things, bro. Welcome.
Now,
oh my God.
Disclaimer, this particular D&D is not family-friendly, okay?
No,
so let's not go.
Not at all.
No,
but if you're listening, then it never hurts to support our...
Yeah, I mean, how would we support? What are our options?
It's comical because no one is listening. Okay, let's go ahead. Anyway.
The content.
Can you hear me now?
Yams, were you done?
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Yams, are you done, or is there more?
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry that I interrupted you.
Man, what? No, bro, that was the content right there, bro. No need to apologize. That was the content. That's views right there, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, man. No, man. I mean, it was. Listen, it was our session. It was very, very impactful, bro. I think, you know, this session, last session definitely showed that this is a dangerous world, ladies and gentlemen. We're not all supermen and superwomen, bro. All right? This giant, massive Goliath of a golem, he awakened. He was sentient. And he was, you know, looking to fight. And, of course, as adventurers do, we sprung into action. But sometimes we have to realize that, listen, man, not all battles can be won. Especially at the level of 3. But fortunately for us, we are all level 4. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, Roar got away. All right? There was a massive waterfall plunge.
Where's the beetle?
Beetle's
I mean,
not with you.
I assume he took the beetle.
Poor Beetle. But it was a great session.
No,
Yeah, I feel
honestly,
like-
what you said is accurate. Like, I have hopes that Lola will get to 20 and become an NPC in my future campaigns. And this was eye opening. Like, oh my goodness, what if Lola does not survive this campaign?
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you.
And for those of you who do listen to this again, in the midst of this battle, my previous character, Ordovik Makaridian, a
Macaridian.
giant, humble, jovial knight, who had devoted himself to protecting the common people, paid the ultimate price by defending the common
We
people.
love it, bro.
And through a compelled duel against this giant stone giant within the Thagladar mines, was pummeled once with a giant stone fist. His body was breaking. He raised his shield as the second fist came down, and everybody had safely made it out, and was just pulped.
Ugh.
And it's like it was the perfect way for him to go. That's exactly how he would have gone. So
Man.
yeah.
Well played.
But
Literally well
everybody
played.
Escaped out of a waterfall. Sawyer, flash of brilliance, was like, "Oh man, I remember how waterfalls were." Blasted out Featherfall on everybody except he didn't have enough shots, but it was okay because Yamdo Khan is all about jumping off of waterfalls and doing Tarzan belly flops onto the water below.
Woo!
So I guess I don't know if we all are, well, obviously not me, but I don't know if the party actually made it to shore, or if we had ended with them
I
like
think we ended with us feather falling down, basically.
Yeah. So basically, we are now sitting at the bottom of this sort of cliff, and there is a waterfall right near us. Right. So basically, we are like. I don't want to say we're camping, but we have all realized that we are. Night is falling. Night is falling. It has been day previously, and we find ourselves looking around and realizing that, except for one of us, all of us are here beside this waterfall. And Rinabot
Yamdo
is like not playing my thing.
is immediately
There you
he
go.
gets up. He's been sitting down, looking at that waterfall, just waiting to see any glimpse of Ordovik, jumping from the waterfall. Yamdo gets up, and immediately he's just gonna start looking for rocks.
Yuli comments up. He says, "What are you doing? There's no sense in looking up there. He's not going to be following us."
He was good man. We must send him. Yamdo gets up, and he's gonna start looking for rocks, because he's gonna build. He's gonna build. Oofa. He's gonna build two cairns, two stone cairns.
Here, or are you away, or a private thing, or is this?
I mean, yeah, he gets up and then he says, "Be right back," and I'm just gonna start scrounging for some rocks, man. Assuming there's like any trees or any a wooded area nearby. I'm looking.
So Pata, actually, she lands, and when the adrenaline and the stress overcomes, she throws up into the river. But she comes back, and you can just tell that she's been crying, and she goes and almost looks around like she's looking for a hand to hold, and there's no one there whose hand she can hold. So she just sits down, not near rolling, but she sits down. I mean, like near enough because she's kind of his guide, and she just sort of weeps slowly to herself. Yamdo, are we continuing what you're doing?
Oh yeah. So I'm guessing with a 8 on a survival check, it takes a while to find some decent rocks.
Yeah.
But eventually I come back with we'll say just a bundle of rocks, and Yemdo's gonna start by the shoreline. Start assembling these 2 stone cairns. One of them is gonna be for the horse that died in the first the first session, and the other one is of course for the great and powerful Ordovik. And so like as Yemdo is built, assembling these rocks, making them, balancing them so that they can, stand on top of one another. Yemdo looks over at the stone cairn that is for Ordovik. It's a little bigger than the one for the horse. It's got like 2 more stones than the one for the horse.
Deservingly.
Yemdo looks at it and he says, it's missing something. And I'm going to go back into the woods and I'm looking for a feather.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit next to Pada. Just kind of just slowly walk over and sit down next to her and just reach over and take her hand and just sit there.
She looks at you in shock, actually, as the last time she had any conversation with you, you guys were yelling at each other, more or less. When you wanted to go down the hole and she wanted to continue straight to those doors that ended up being shut. And for a second you see like shock and confusion, and then her face goes into this pained grin, and you see tears begin to stream down her face again. You feel her little hand squeeze yours.
I just kind of give her a sad smile, and then I just keep holding her hand and just stare kind of off into the distance.
Yamdo, you do successfully find a feather. It was not hard for a man of the jungle to find this.
Hell yeah, dude. I come back and I place the feather on Ordovik's stone cairn. And Yamdo kneels down and he kind of just like he closes his eyes and he kind of just starts like humming, like doing like ohms to himself, like and he's just gonna like hang out for a bit. He's doing this. He's praying right now for Ordovik and for the horse.
Now you had discussed this with me, not to ruin anything, but are you expecting something to show up, or will you be summoning something?
I'm gonna summon it.
Okay, cool. You want to do that now, or you want to meditate for a little bit?
I think I'm gonna meditate for a bit, bro. I'm just gonna hang out for a bit, bro. Hell yeah.
So I want to be like rolling right now and be like, will someone fill me in on what's happened? But not really. I'm sure rolling somehow understands. But he just say, where are we? It's been so long since I've been south of the mountains.
This whole time, Sawyer just pretty much like landed, and when he landed, that's where he decided to sit down, and he's taken off. He's taken off the like bracelet device, and it's sort of reformed into a lantern, and he's just been sort of fucking with it this whole time.
Okay.
And when he hears him ask that question, he goes, "Oh shit, where the fuck are we?"
Pata says, you know who would know where we are? Would have been Ord.
Would I know where we are? I think we're not too far from where I grew up, right?
Yeah, roll a survival check. I think survival. Nature? Is nature one?
I think it's survival.
Is it nature something that you roll?
Knowing where you are. And...
Is there a nature stat? It might be.
There's a nature check.
We'll roll either of them. Roll either of them. Yeah. Well, you are not 100% sure where you are.
Yeah, see, I get like advantage on all that stuff for like mountains.
Hell yeah, we love it.
Okay. That's rolled with advantage there, unfortunately. Yeah, even you you've maybe that honestly the you would know where you were if it wasn't for the rapidity of your ejection from this mountain and your descent confused you. Briefly, you're falling through the air and you're soaking wet. Now you're on the ground. I'm assuming you guys have made a fire.
But what if your name was Sawyer?
Oh shit! Whoa, there it is.
Yeah, Sawyer,
You're a mark finding half-orc.
You've never been here, but you recognize, you saw a town, and just by like thinking about it, maybe you heard somewhere in the mines or someone, but this is supposed to be the town of Norbero that you are now sort of camped. A short walk from.
Oh. Okay, so the closest town is a little spot called Norbero.
And you could kind of see the town, like maybe even there's smoke rising from like not too far off in the distance. And Rosine, you are familiar with it.
Maybe you guys can't see it, but it's over there. Or we could go somewhere else.
Well,
no, I want to get back to civilization. That was a terrible joke.
I mean,
Bad place.
Nordboro is where Ord was from, so we probably should
Jesus
let
Christ.
people know what happened, but we also can't forget about what happened on the other side of the mountain. We need to let people know, so we need to get to civilization pretty quickly. I'm sure those zombies aren't going to just stay in one spot too long.
Pata looks up and she says, "She's right. I need to return to the Ember Keep so that I can tell the Ember Lord about what I've seen. Because those undead, something in that horde spoke to us. I'm sure you all heard it. The idea that they're capable of uttering words alone is valuable information to my order."
Yeah, I think we need to recover a little bit here, and then we need to get to that city, pretty quickly.
How long would it take to get to the city from here?
Oh, maybe like 2 hours of a walk, maybe a little less even. But night is beginning to fall on y'all, so it would be more of a camping now sort of situation.
Yeah, I think we should camp here for the night, and then first thing head out towards that city.
Rolling speaks up. He says, "I find myself surprisingly wet, and I am inclined to agree that camping now and resting to regain our strength would be appropriate."
Yeah.
Is there any opposition?
Yamdo chimes up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking over at Yamdo to see what Yamdo is doing.
Yamdo chimes up. He opens his eyes, and he looks over at the assembled crowd, and he says, "Lola, Sawyer, everyone, please join me." And
are the NPCs joining you too?
Yeah.
All right, so they. Pata actually looks at Yendo, and then she looks at you, Lola, like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I get up and go stand next to Yamdo.
And then she will help Rolling to her feet, and begrudgingly, Yuli is the last person to attend. Unless Sawyer is the last person, I don't know.
I was just gonna say, like, I think Sawyer's the last. Because I'm thinking about this, I'm like,
well, then
Sawyer really doesn't like
Yuli
this.
will look at you, and he just shrugs, and he gets up and walks over there.
And
when Yuli starts going, I'll go.
And as everybody comes together, Yando says, last thing Yamdo said to Ordvik. Yamdo called him Great Lion. Ordvik had massive strength. Yamdo learned something in that mine. Strength, not always judged by physicality.
A big word for you.
That's a big word for you. That's a big word for you.
Sawyer says that under his breath.
Like love how we all thought the exact same thing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Did Ord ever say that word?
Yeah. But he says, strength can also be character. And whoever's next to me, I'm just gonna like whoever's to my left and whoever's to my right. I'm just gonna grab their hands, both whoever's to my left and my right, and I'm gonna say, we must send him. And then Yamdo is just gonna fucking start speaking in his native tongue, and he's gonna say, Ade dui Leonidas, Sacus entiem poade mort, mortis meledeveco de muevoshe, andele porte boise Leonidas, andele porte boise Leonidas.
Thunder rolls abruptly in the distance, coming over everyone. And Yamdo, is that everything? So
hell yeah, bro.
So you are shocked all as the whole area is illuminated by lightning, a strangely blue lightning, and in the distance, it seems like that there's this rapidly rolling in storm, and the lightning strikes, and as it strikes, you hear what almost sounds like a roar echoing out from this billowing cloud that is coming at you. And maybe not necessarily everyone can see it or realizes it, but Yamdo, you can see the lion in the cloud coming to you.
Hell yeah!
Just
Yamdo
charging out of this.
He keeps chanting. Those last few words. Ade dui Leonidas. He's getting louder. His voice is getting louder.
There's more thunder rolls. The lion approaches. And finally, the lion gracefully touches down on the ground and is still galloping, and it's coming straight at you, Yamdo. And as it gets almost to you, you are impressed by the size of this beast. But something strange happens.
Oh shit!
Suddenly, the lion freezes dead in its tracks, just paused a moment in time, just frozen. And you look around, and the people with you are are frozen. They're just completely not moving.
Oh.
And you hear this thundering. You hear a roll of thunder. But instead of hearing a lion associated, you hear this. What? The thunder fades, and you see something at the corner of your eye. Something along the ground is moving, and you turn to look, but there's nothing there. But it was something long along the ground. And the people next to you, Sawyer, Lola, Pata, Rolling, they're all frozen. Their eyes are on the lion. Some of them in shock, some of them surprised. The lion is, again, frozen in midair. And then everything around you starts to go dark. And before you know it, you can only see a little bit of this patch of ground, the lion, the people around you, and no further than that. And you hear, I have pity for you, Yamdo Khan. And stepping out from behind the lion is a thin, pale man. He's covered in closely tattooed black tattoos. Surprisingly, his head, where his neck is, stretches into a long neck, maybe 2 feet long, and resting at the top of this neck is a large brown head of an anaconda.
Yeah!
And this snake is just looking at you. And as he steps, the head sways so that even though his body goes left and right, the head seems to almost float still in the air above it, and his eyes are just dead set on you. And even though it's the head of a serpent, you can see this smile. His lower half is concealed by the hides of animals, and there's so many hides that he's wearing as sort of this long skirt that they actually stretch out behind him. And he's trailed by this long, snake-like looking tail of filthy, dirty, rotten hides on the ground. and he has this horrible stench about him. And you recognize this individual. It's Itzam Kabdorn. It's the god of Duat, and it's the Shrike of Souls.
God damn.
And he walks up towards you, and his hand runs along the back of the lion, and he says, Leo came here for the same reason that I did. Not because you called him, but because you need help.
Oh man, can I speak to him?
Yeah, go for it.
Hell yeah, dude. And I say, I pray to the gods.
You think you offer souls to the gods? You lost, man. You like a child, stacking empty stones in a wood that ain't your home. For a future king, I would expect you to know better than to jest with the gods with empty offerings. He looks down at these cairns you've created, and the larger one that you've created for Ord just disintegrates. All the stones turn into a big pile of dust.
The fucking disrespect. Yamdo.
His body turns around to sort of face away, but the serpent head, this large anaconda head, it's facing right at you. But then with a smile, his head turns and he walks back, steps away, still trailing this almost 20-foot long, snake-like looking, disgusting smelling rags behind him. He says, "Don't worry. I'm not keeping your friend from you. But you know that Itzam Kabdorn is watching you now."
Yamdo says, "Then you will watch as I raise these people, uplift their spirits, as Ord and all good would have wanted. For when my time is done, I will not join you in the Duat, but I will be in the Valley of Reeds, in the Amazon in the sky."
Well, you best learn to be having something that you're trying to give away, instead of trying to give away nothing. And then he's gone, just disappears into thin air, and the things are moving again. The lion, this massive. Okay. So full confession, I didn't get time to draw it. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
I will though. I will.
Don't worry.
Celestial lion is now walking slowly, pacing towards you. Having seen nothing, everyone is back into it. Having seen nothing.
Oh my god. I immediately let go of everyone's hands, kind of like try to catch my breath, and I take a knee, and I look up, and I make eye contact with Leonidas.
Oh shit! Wait, the lion's there.
Fuck! I just accidentally messaged Kyle the whole time. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I just accidentally messaged Kyle on my fucking rhythm bot controls.
I was like, there's some nice music going on here.
There it is.
All right, sorry. What'd you do, Yamdo? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I let go of whoever's hand I was holding.
You're holding Sawyer and Lola.
Hell yeah.
Sawyer, Lola. Perception check. Roll.
Oh shit!
Holy shit.
There it is.
Rascal, you notice at the very least, both of you notice.
Guy taking
both
a
of you,
shit in
solid.
Both of you guys notice that when Yamdo releases his hands from you guys, sweaty, flop sweat, super sweaty palms.
There it is. Hell yeah! And then
I want to look at Sawyer. Or I'm looking at. Is the lion there?
Yes, the lion is there now. Yes. Correct,
And
Mundo?
we know this? Did my 25 perception check let me see the lion?
Oh yeah, you guys can see the lion. Yeah, you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can definitely see the lion. Yeah. So now suddenly, Yamdo has summoned this blue, so like you can see these just like the picture, constellation sort of images glowing within the great mane of this beast. and it kind of comes up to Kyle, comes up to Yamdo, and just like maybe even does like a brief, almost undetectable bow of its head to Yamdo.
Man, I bow my head and then I immediately run
Holy shit!
and then Yamdo immediately runs his hands through the mane of this great beast, and he said Yamdo says could be Ord, but also this is the great lion, the god of pride, Leonidas. And Yamdo kind of just buries his face in the mane of Leonidas.
Lola, you feel a presence as Rolling leans in. And he goes, "What's happening?"
Yamdo has summoned his god, a beautiful, majestic, celestial lion. It's just... Oh, I wish you could see. It's just stunning.
Wish I could too.
Can they not see it? I'm confused.
Rolling's blind.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I imagine Sawyer actually saying that, like, "What, buddy? You can't see it."
Yamdo.
Oh, it's that
Sawyer,
scene
have
out
you
of
not
Suicide
realized
Squad. Oh, it's that scene out of Suicide Squad. Where, like, the fucking driver dies and they have this, like, 20-second, like, who died?
Who? Yo! Oh my
with
god.
us?
That scene was so great. I loved it.
Oh, Milton!
Milton! Oh my god, that scene was amazing.
Oh, he's blind. He's blind.
Yamdo he stands to his feet and he faces Lola and Sawyer, everybody, and he says, we must not let Ordovik's death be in vain. From this day forward, we press on. In his image, he would have wanted us. He would have wanted this world, this land, to see the good in everything and in every way. Not sure if he had family, but valuable lessons did he teach me. And I pet my lion.
So the lion is still there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So I'm standing next to Yamdo, and I kind of look at him a little bit like, can I pet the lion?
Yeah. Yamdo says, he says, go on, Lola.
So I kind of cautiously reach out and pet the mane of the lion.
The lion, it sees you coming, and sensing your caution, it pushes its head forward into your hand.
Oh, you're so soft.
Nervously, Pata comes up and pets it too.
Hell yeah.
And she says, "This is quite something. This thing is beautiful."
Yamdo
So I suppose Roland was near me since he whispered to me. So I grab his hand and I say, "Roland, I know you can't see him, but let me help you just touch him." And I kind of help him to pet the lion.
Oh,
Yamdo,
it's an intimidating beast.
Yamdo looks at Sawyer and he says, go on, Sawyer. He's friendly.
I don't see what the big deal is.
You-
And, like,
you-
you catch me looking into his eyes, and he's got the big cat eyes.
Yeah.
And you see Sawyer's face just completely changes for a second. Pet the lion.
Oh man. Solid.
Mm. Yes, indeed. as night continues to fall, we now realize that it is late, and you can no longer see the smoke rising from the nearby town of Norbero. What do we do?
We set up camp.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you find yourselves sadly ill-equipped to set up camp, as maybe
We
potentially
walking for 2 hours.
whatever things you may have had. I mean, you can camp, but like you're under the stars. I don't even think you got sleeping bags at this point. You definitely don't have a tent right now. If you had a tent or thought you did, it was destroyed in the waterfall or something. Fuck it.
You get nothing.
Like you've got enough stuff that you could set up like a lean-to and you could like string some like your tarp or something. But maybe if you had like some tent parts, tent poles or something, they've been broken. So
I think that rolling up my coat and laying in front of the fire sounds just fine.
Yo, bitch.
But I'm not gonna lay down right now. I'm just saying I don't think we need sleeping bags.
Very bitch.
Yuli's like, I need a sleeping bag.
Let's
I'm just kidding.
So is it all
Yes,
set up?
Yeah, I mean, well, you guys are good if you want to camp. Yeah,
Do we want to like survival check to see who does the best like setup?
sure, roll it.
Let's go.
Fucking Yamdo with the help of your lion. I imagine like Leo. Can I call him Leo?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah,
Imagine
bro.
Leo
Yes,
just
Leo.
sits and watches patiently.
We love Leo, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm going back and, I found rocks, I found feathers, so now I'm just trying to find, like, even bigger, leaves or just any like, dead wood that we can kind of, like, assemble into, like, a makeshift, kind of, like, bed or just something comfortable to lay on, man.
Absolutely, you guys successfully set up a decent little camp. But as you settle down,
Decent.
there's a quiet falls over the group, as the thoughts of Ordovik, and for Yamdo, the thoughts of this mysterious, although you've heard stories of this god,
Yeah.
it's Zamkab Dorn,
Zamkab
resonates
Dorn.
within your head.
Yeah, man.
Any conversations to be had here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should figure out who's taking first watch.
I am going to run and grab another LaCroix. I shall return shortly. You guys can RP amongst yourselves.
Hell yeah, bro. The inmates run the asylum.
Tell him. Oh no, he left. But when he gets back, you gotta tell him.
Tell him what?
Tell him about your character.
Y'all gotta wait.
No, not that one. LaCroix.
Oh, Perrier Lacroix. Yeah, Perrier Lacroix. My half elf warlock, but no. Y'all or not warlock, sorcerer, but y'all do your thing.
Yo,
or y'all gonna
bro.
wait till he gets back?
Yeah, you're dead.
You die.
Like, are y'all gonna RP now, or y'all gonna wait for?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
bro.
I was gonna go ahead, Sawyer.
Let's figure out figure you two first, and then I'll take the second watch by myself.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe
bro.
you'll
I'm back.
wake his ass up.
Wake his ass up, bro. We got some
Who
words,
we waking up?
bro. We got some words.
Yuli's already asleep, so he'll take second watch with me.
Okay.
And it'll be,
So Yamdo and I are gonna take first watch, and everybody else is gonna go to sleep.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Deal.
So as Lola and I take the first watch, I go up to Lola. Yamdo says, man, he says he's still kind of bummed about, like, just these past 2 days,
stuff.
man. We got Ordovik, and I mean, just a few days ago, Lola and I were probably in some tomb somewhere and some nice hot Amazon weather, and now here we are in this frozen tundra, and I mean, yeah, Yamdo's still not used to it, man. He's he sees the trees and but he's not truly like at home. So he goes up to Lola. Lola, he says, He says, Ordovik was a good man.
Yes, probably the best man I've ever met, to be honest.
Very humble. Very kind.
Yeah, and that's got me thinking, Yamdo. I'm still kind of new. I mean, I kind of put up a good front in front of the others, but you rescued me from some baboons on my very first adventure, and we're still kind of new, and I think I've maybe need to learn a little humbleness myself. I'm not real proud of the way that I handled myself the last couple days, to be honest.
Yendo puts
I'm
his
worried
hand.
I'm worried that my youth and my exuberance for adventure and to be honest, you know, you always think you're invisible when you're young, or not invisible, invincible when you're young, and just losing Ord like that, it just shook me a bit. I'm just not sure that I want to be as reckless as I've been. I mean, but I want to keep adventuring, but I just think that maybe I need to change the way I look at the adventures, and maybe just kind of keep Ord's spirit with me as I go forward.
Yeah, Yamdo puts his hand on your shoulder, Lola. He says, Yamdo miss Ordovik too. Though we didn't know him very long, Yamdo think he will be with us forever.
He was so selfless, and I feel like I've been pretty selfish. And speaking of which, Yamdo, I wanted to talk to you before everybody else wakes up. I mean, we were just me and you. It was just Yamdo and Lola, and out of nowhere there's zombies, and then there's this, all of a sudden we've got a whole group of people, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you alone and see what your thoughts were. Like, I feel like everybody is planning to keep moving forward together, but it's always just been us, and
Yes.
I just wanted to see what your thoughts were about this.
Lola, wherever you go, Yamdo go. To the ends of the earth, even. My
so I put my... Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
He says, my task, my duty, is to see your protection. But also to see the wonders of this world. And though these strange beasts, zombies, plague this land, they could lead to more adventure. Adventure always good. Tests strength of character and of will. And Sawyer, though he has foul mouth, he's good man.
So I kind of face Yamdo, and I put my hand kind of right on his chest, and I look at him and I say, like right where his heart would be, and I say, to the ends of the earth always, Yamdo.
To the
and
ends
then I say,
of the earth.
Then I say, I think Sawyer might be good for us, at least for a while, if he's even willing to join us after the way that things have gone down. But maybe I still have a lot to learn myself, and he does seem a little bit more seasoned than I. And even though I, kind of teased him and like to puff out my chest a bit, I think this lesson has taught me that I am not as experienced as I need to be. And with true threats out there like zombies, this isn't just going and looking for artifacts. These are really serious threats, and I think we might do well to have a little more experienced help with us in our future adventures.
When all is said and done, we will have a great story to tell, Lola.
And you will do your tribe proud when you finally ascend to the throne.
Indeed. Solid. Fucking solid. Fucking solid.
Are we going ahead to next watch?
I'm done. I'm just staring at the fire.
Hell yeah, bro. Yo, we need food. I just realized that I haven't eaten anything, yo, and I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, you guys are definitely hungry.
Bro, let me throw a spear in the lake and see if I catch a fish real quick. 2 fishes, actually. Let me throw a spear real quick.
I think we're rolling a survival check here.
Let's go survival. Hell yeah, bro. And wah!
Yo, fucking Will was like, let me try. She whips a pistol.
You just hear Sora in the background.
What
So you
fire!
are able to spear a single fish. You don't get 2, you get 1. You're an experience. Well, actually, I guess you're decent. You're probably a decent.
It's dark out, you know. It's only half moon. There's not a lot of light.
Yeah, you get 1 fish. You get 1 fish.
Hell yeah, 1 fish. All right, hell yeah. I take my 1 fish and I just start cooking it over the campfire. Did Lola get a fish as well? She got a 15.
Yeah, sure. Lola gets a fish. Well, what are you fishing with? I don't know.
No, I was
sure,
gonna
you guys
look
get
for some
fish.
berries.
Yo, sick.
Okay.
No, I shot.
That's actually pretty good.
Yo, shoot.
No, I have dark vision. I went and I shot me a squirrel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With
That's
your
literally
gun
like
in the middle of the
survival
night?
check. Well, no,
Why not?
Hey, it says here, the DM might ask you to make a wisdom survival check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands. I think she can go kill a squirrel.
I do have night vision.
Yo, solid. We love it. I activate my dark vision. You don't activate it.
Sawyer wakes up and, like, for a split second, he thinks that Lola just took.
Bang!
took Yamdo out.
Oh,
Oh my
Wait.
God.
Are we actually shooting the pistol in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the middle of the woods. Why would anybody care?
Well, the people who are sleeping. All the people in your party.
I mean, if
Wait,
it's
wait,
a 2-hour walk,
wait.
is that noise gonna echo?
No. Okay, you're right. I wouldn't. I had just talked about not being selfish. So wait.
You telling me you're gonna go pistol whip a squirrel?
So
Pistol whip a squirrel.
oh my god, that's solid.
no, I
love
have
it.
an actual whip. Maybe I whipped it.
Sure.
Hell
I
yeah.
whipped a squirrel.
All right. Anyway.
It's one of
Anyway.
those like nice HBO shots where it's just like a nice close up of the rabbit.
Oh no.
It's the end of
Is
your
it
watch.
eating?
It's the end of your watch.
Hell
What?
yeah. Hell yeah.
It's the end of your watch. And
Boom.
now it's time to wake the others.
All right, hell yeah. I finish eating my fish,
Sawyer.
and I wake up Sawyer.
Sawyer wakes up Yuli because I'm not doing this alone.
Ain't doing this by myself.
Yuli rises begrudgingly and says, "Oh, if I have to."
Oh, poor you.
You have to. You are alive.
Oh.
You get that, right?
He just grumbles and sits and wraps himself up by the fire, preparing for his watch. You smell fish?
Fuck, I'm hungry.
Me too.
Do I have any rations on?
Um,
Here's my hardtack that's been slightly soaked.
wet,
Oh,
slightly wet now.
Slightly wet hardtack.
Sure, man. Yeah, you've got one thing left.
It's like one tiny piece left, and I crack in half and give him the
Oh,
smaller
hell
piece.
yes. Oh, yes. So he nods in approval, and he says, "So, I suppose that you'll be splitting off, going your own way when we get to town, huh?"
I look back at The sleeping fish filled. Didn't even leave me a fish.
Ah, no.
And I say, I don't know yet.
Well, I hope you won't hate me if I say I'm leaving. I'm a wanted man in some parts here south of the mountain range.
Where you planning on heading?
I don't know, but I need to get out of Asteria because those are the only real guards that are organized enough to even have a picture of me or something up somewhere. But there's worse men out there than me, so I don't expect every town's got my face plastered all over the place.
I don't know where to go.
So what's that thing you got there?
I am not exactly sure.
Do you have any idea what you're doing? You don't know who you're with.
I'm like looking around and looking up at the sky. I'm just like, eh.
No, Yuli just grunts, and unless you have something to say to him, he's quiet.
It was working up until the zombies.
What was working?
My plan was to stay up north for a little while.
They say the only people who go up north are people who are hiding from something.
Ooh, solid.
Yeah, no shit. I look at him. I like look at, I look at the people behind us. I'm like, yeah, we're all hiding for something.
He puts his hands up and kind of he gives his head like a quick shake. Says, Don't get offended by me. I'm very much so guilty myself. You know that."
Yeah. Yet Or chose to save your life anyways.
His eyes go down and he turns his head. And he's deep in thought. I think Ord saved more than just me.
If you could go back and change it, would you switch places with him?
Oh, shit.
Damn.
And then what?
He looks at you and his eyes narrow a little bit. And then he goes, "No. But a better man would have."
Oh!
And unless you have something else to say to him,
That's it. That's good. I'm
You
tapping
all-
out.
you all are there as the sun begins to rise, and you realize abruptly that maybe the time of your watch was a little off. Each of you managed to have slept a little bit longer than anticipated, and you end up sleeping. Those who are still sleeping sleep a little ways longer into the day than they normally do.
It's kind of that thing where it's like I'm not gonna wake him up. It
Yeah.
was a hard day yesterday.
Yuli and Sawyer, you guys got a good rest. Yuli ends up like kind of just wandering around the perimeter looking for berries or something. But everyone rises. It's like whereas if you're usually rousing at a nice 7 a.m. adventurer time. It's like 9:30 right now, and you guys finally rise.
Hell yeah, bro. I come out of my slumber.
Is the lion there?
Hell
is he
Yeah,
just
lion's
there
still
now?
here. Yep.
Yeah, he just
Cool.
chilling, bro.
Just curious.
He's just chilling,
You
bro.
you all are rousing yourselves, and then but you hear something abrupt. You hear this faint but shrill whistle. Like a not someone whistling, but someone is using an instrument whistle, and there's a whistle. And you actually also hear, briefly after hearing that, you hear this faint barking and baying of dogs.
Whoa.
That sounds like hunting.
Should we? Let's go. Let's go investigate.
I think it's best if we don't let them find us.
Yo, there it is. That's the dog.
Oh, did you hear my dog barking?
Yeah.
There's one little.
Yo, that shit. Hell yeah.
So the barking, it becomes louder and louder as this something like is approaching, right? And abruptly, as you guys watch, you hear like, and then bursting out of the woods near you is an enormous, almost aurochs, like an elk-like creature.
Whoa.
Easily standing, maybe like a foot taller than Ord would have been.
Whoa.
And it stops when it sees you, one hoof raised up front, and it does nothing but stare at you, frozen for a moment.
You said it's like an elk type thing.
Yeah.
I'm like hiding behind a tree, and I'm looking at Yamdo, and I'm like, "Is this a friend of yours?"
Yamdo looks over. Yamdo looks over at Ord, and he says, "Not yet." And he casts Speak with Animals.
You picked it up. You were so jealous.
and I can cast this once per day for free without using a spell slot. So I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm going to say, "Greetings, friend. What troubles you?"
There's a response. This forest is not safe. And he says, there are beasts and their weapons are coming. And he says, I must run.
Go to.
And he go for it.
He says, as he's speaking to this great elk, he says, "Go to safety. What do these beasts look like?"
Small, like that creature there, but a smaller version. And he's aiming at the lion, and he says, less hair. But he says, no time. And he dashes in one leap, covers 10 or 15 feet, lands in the mud by the river, and then and he's splashing in the river, and he turns and he starts charging sort of upstream through the river.
Hell yeah.
Towards the waterfall.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go up to Leonidas, and I'm going to say, Leonidas, very stealthily, go into the woods. See if you can find these beasts. If you see anything, come back.
Leonidas, Leo goes, nods at you, and he sulks into the woods. The great elk, almost getting too close to the waterfall to continue, having gone up the river about 200 feet, it dashes out on the other side and gallops away. And you all hear that the barking and the baying of these dogs is nearly upon you now.
Oof.
We doing anything?
Oof.
What did your friend say?
And then first the dogs come out of the woods, and all of them bloodhounds sniffing the ground where this elk has moved. They barely even pay any attention to you. And they follow the trail up to the river, but they are thwarted by the water, and they sort of go back and forth. Maybe 12 dogs jumping over each other, barking and yipping and baying as they've lost the scent of this great elk in this water.
Yeah.
Hiding behind a tree.
You're hiding behind a tree, Sawyer?
Hell.
Yamdo goes up to you to answer your question, and he says, friend said there were hairless beasts coming. Are the
less hair? He said shaped like the
less
cat,
hair?
but less hair.
Yeah, he said friend said there were beasts coming. Less hair than Leonidas. Are the bloodhounds here with us at the camp now?
To some degree, yeah. They're kind of down by the river looking for this scent, right?
Hell yeah! And then I point over to to these beasts, and I say to Sawyer, I say, I think Yamdo think these are the beasts, and I'll shout towards the closest bloodhound, and I'll kind of like kneel down, go into like a squat.
Shoot!
Shoo.
Go away!
Yeah, Yendo shouts to like the nearest one. Yendo shouts to the nearest one, and he says, I mean, I imagine like he probably like barks, I guess, because he's speaking with animals. So I just he barks, but he's communing with the bloodhound, and he says, we're friendly, and he kind of like Yendo points to Lola and Pata, Sawyer, Rolang, Yuli.
Say we friends?
Yeah. I say we're friendly.
They all go.
like,
Sent. Did you see that thing? Did you see it? Did you smell that? You smell it? You smell that? What's the? Holy God! It's right here somewhere. Oh God, where is? Oh jeez. Oh, it's right on top of us.
I say easy friends, easy.
And then two people burst from the woods, both carrying bows, looking for the dogs. But they see you, and they're shocked as to your appearances. And they both sort of hold their bows nervously. They look at each other. Now, I'm sorry to break it, but Kyle, are you gonna be? You want to be one of these people, or?
Yeah, I can be with this group.
Sure. Then there is two half elves who are hunting, and then looks like they have a tag along sort of person. Maybe out of curiosity got the better of her. But let's learn about this lady, shall we, Kyle?
Guys, I can't run that fast. Come on. What? Why are we stopping? What?
You didn't. Oh. There's people here.
Oh.
Oh my God, that was really good.
Greetings. You can tell by looking at them that this is a father and a son duo. The father steps forward and says, "I am Castar. I see you've made little camp here. We're just passing through. Did you happen to see a large beast, our quarry, come by?"
We don't know nothing.
Are you guys from Nordbloom?
We're Norbero.
Norbero?
Yeah. I can't say that I've ever seen y'all around here. Where are you all from?
Norbero is officially the y'all city.
There it is.
Y'all.
Let me roll that back.
Y'all come out now.
What? Where are you all from?
Well, we were actually traveling with a friend who was from your city, and we were coming to bring news of his untimely demise. Have you ever heard of a wonderful giant of a man named Ord?
The father son look at each other. They look back at this woman and they say, and they kind of look at you and they shrug and, "No, sorry," says the son. And he says, Dad, they seem like friendly folk." He kind of nods at his son and looks back at you all and he says, "Are you all lost here in the woods?"
Lost? No. Relaxing and recuperating. Recovering, not recuperating.
Well, you've picked a fantastically beautiful spot.
Beautiful indeed. Beast you were hunting for sport or food?
Well, we definitely hunt to provide for ourselves. We live in a little farm outside of town, and unfortunately, we're having a little bit of trouble with an onkeg. It's getting some of our cattle, so we've got to supplement our diets in other ways.
What is an onkeg?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. It's like imagine like a really large cockroach, and it burrows under the ground. Except for
I don't want to imagine that.
They're absolutely horrible, but fascinating to study.
Well, we've got quarry to go after. It's made its way through the water, so, son, let's try to get these dogs to the other side. And they start going down to the dogs and trying to like pick them up and fucking tread through the water, put the dogs down on the other side so the dogs can refine their scent.
Oh, say, this might be a completely strange question for all of you, but you all didn't happen to see a bolt of blue lightning in the sky last night, did you?
Oh. Well.
And I just look over.
I mean, I think there was some lightning. I don't remember blue.
Yamdo approaches the young lady and says, "Oh, that must." He says, "Oh,
Real
you're."
quick. Is
Yeah.
Yamdo's just in loincloth, right?
Hell yeah! You loincloth?
Oh my god. Okay,
You're naked?
yeah. Alright.
Yamdo approaches her and he says, you must be referring to my friend. And Yamdo, like, whistles and beckons Leonidas to come back.
Sawyer isn't used to the lion, so he still like kind of winces a little bit. When he's like reminded that there's just a fucking
Like
lion.
Leo comes like bounding out of the bushes at the edge of this clearing that you're camped in,
What in the world?
and slowly trots up and stands next to Yamdo, close
And
by his side.
Zoe immediately pulls out a journal and I guess a quill and immediately begins sketching and writing, and eyes are just wide, staring at this lion. She's never seen anything like this.
Pata says, Zoe, if you're from Norbero, is there any chance you could guide us back to town? It's urgent that I get to the rookery and send a letter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was coming out here to study. I've just been having the worst time with this research. But you know what? Between this very interesting, mostly nude man and all of you and this giant blue lion, I think I'm good to go back for the day. So yeah, I'll gladly take you all back. And yeah, my name is Zoe. Pleasure to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Zoe. My name is Yamdo of the Khan tribe.
Yamdo of the Khan tribe.
Pata says,
there's a waterway between us, isn't there? Or have we?
No.
crossed
You're
that?
on the same side of the river as them.
Okay, cool.
Pata says, I'm Pata Rainwood of the Order of Ember.
Order of Ember, Pattern.
Oh, you're not familiar with the Order? You would like it.
I just take Actually, no, I don't think I am very familiar with the
There's
Order,
a great library in Ember. You look like the kind of person who would enjoy it.
Oh, don't tell me that. But yes, actually, I would love that.
I think that the only place that the libraries rival Ember would probably be in Prince. I've heard that Prince has got fantastic libraries and museums.
I have always wanted to go to Prince. Unfortunately, my studies and my duties with my papers and these tomes don't let me get out much. And Norbero's library is unfortunately not in the best shape. But this is also one of the few places that had direct exposure to what I'm trying to learn about, so these are some of the best records I got. But if you'd be willing to take me, I would love to go.
I reach out my hand and I say, "Hi, I'm Lola. I'm actually from Prince by way of Priley. Nice to meet you."
Oh, pleasure to meet you too. And I don't even know where you. Is this what they wear in Prince? It's fantastic.
Well, like I said, by way of Priley, I spent most of the last few years in Priley, but I'm not really sure what they're wearing in Prince these days.
Either way, I'm. You all will see when we get to Norbero. It's not the most fashionable or colorful of places.
Oh no, Norbero's cute. It's cute.
Yeah, but they
Well,
drink a lot
Like
of
this
milk.
is like Norbero-y.
Oh. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, it's kind of bright, but it's not.
It's
It's
quaint.
not. It's quaint. It's subtle.
Hey, bro, that's cute.
Yeah.
Then perhaps we shall be on our way. You can tell us about your research as we walk.
Oh, of course. And then hello as well, sirs. And she addresses Rolling and Yuli and Sawyer.
Yuli just nods his head. And Rolling says,
Is this really happening right now?
I am Rolling. I was once a scholar of Haddonfield.
Haddonfield. Well, I would love to actually discuss your scholarly pursuits. The knowledge is power.
Oh, yes, you would have appreciated the library in Haddonfield.
I shouldn't say powerful, but I find it's best to learn as much as one can to improve yourself. No point of walking around the world or living through life ignorant. But we can talk about all that later. Come on, you all look like you could use something to eat. Which, speaking of...
Yes, that is true.
I brought a lunch. It's not much, but if you all like, please help yourselves to it. It's some fruit and a couple of dried, berries and things.
Thank you.
Anyway, come on. It's not too far.
And we leave the waterfall and make this walk down to Norbero. You know that it is about a 2-hour walk to get there. And it's just honestly a beautiful countryside. You're walking down this sort of rolling hills, and there's nothing but like these coniferous trees all over the place.
Hell yeah.
As you approach, you come to a river, and there is a large stone bridge over the river, and that leads you straight into the Norbero, the proper center of Norbero. You pass by a couple farms. The first farm that you pass by, actually, you notice something kind of strange, is that there's 2 young boys and a mother who are watching the boys, and the boys are driving these long poles into the ground. They're driving these long, sharpened tree trunks into the ground. And let's roll an investigation check for everyone as we pass by.
Yeah. Let's go, Rascal. Let's go, Rascal.
So you guys actually have no idea why they're doing this.
What the hell is
But I do.
Yo, bro.
Well, if you think you do, tell me why.
Well, they're trying to kill the stupid cockroaches.
Yeah, so they're trying to put defensive things into the ground to keep the cockroaches from coming out. Sure. And so you kind of recognize that's probably the home of the family, and you continue on, and you get into this really idyllic looking town, and you can even see that there are people who are hanging up these colorful streamers around. And Kyle, your character knows, although you have not mentioned to them, that they are actually setting up for this, they call it the Spring Sowing Festival, which is a big celebration for the beginning of spring in Norbero.
Wow, it's so festive.
What was that?
What?
So we're out of that fucking cave.
Yeah, Sawyer just goes up to random people and starts kissing them. I love you. I love you. Kissing the ground.
Civilization.
Hell yeah, we love it.
You all were inside of a cave?
Yes, Dwarven mine, owned by Rourg the Mighty.
You ask a lot of questions, you know that?
Well, it's kind of my job. But, DM, before I say something that I probably shouldn't say,
go ahead, I'll correct
do the people of Norbero know about the Thagladar mines?
Yes, but they know the door is there. They know the old mines are there. They've never been able to get in.
Okay.
So it's just sealed off as far as they know. And also, we are going to be walking into Norbero. This, as you can see, these sort of white clay, wooden supported, beautiful buildings. You come into this sort of depressed central square, and there is a lot of people kind of bustling around. This is almost a marketplace where there's all these tents set up for people to sell miscellaneous goods, selling this, selling that. there ends up being actually this is a very decently sized larger town, and one thing that you notice that dominates this central square are two huge statues, one on each side. The first is a man with a short pointy beard. He's wearing a crown, and he's holding his arm out where he once held it was a scepter or a sword or a spear or something, and he's pointing it towards the center of this, but it's gone now. It's fallen from age. Um, but his arm was raised and pointed out over this courtyard. And the other statue is a large man that is just clad completely from head to toe in plate armor, and he has a shield in his withdrawn hand, and his other hand is holding out a magnificent looking carving of a large war hammer. And the two of them would have been pointing almost up towards each other in a salute on either side of this large market square.
Ooh.
Are these the same people that we saw from that vision?
No, they are not. You roll history. Roll history. You can get advantage because you're good at history. You know that these two figures, one of them is an ancient king. It was King Veritas. It was the first king of Asteria. He was someone. He was the leader of basically the Southern Rebellion, and the armored figure, is Solazar Brightwarden, who was the military genius who led the Southern armies to victory. Solazar perished in the town of Tristan, north of the mountain range.
I would like to look around and just get an idea of like where the city guard is, like what that situation is like.
Yeah, roll perspective or perception. Perspective. Roll perspective. I'm gonna start saying that from now on. Oh, well,
Toxic.
you
Toxic.
take note that there are guards moving around in between these crowds of people, and they're not really like. I mean, they're very relaxed. They're just sort of cruising. Maybe 2 or 3 guards are walking together, having a conversation here and there, smiling and nodding at some of the shopkeepers who have set up tents out here.
Zoe, what is going on? It looks like we've walked into a festival of some sort.
Actually, quite yes. The sewing festival. Yeah.
Spring sewing, yeah, like you reap what you sow, not like needlework.
Yeah. The spring sewing festival. Like harvesting sewing, not like quilting sewing. It gets confused a lot. Believe you'd be surprised. But yeah, we have a spring festival coming up to celebrate harvest.
Sort of backwards. Celebrate. You're putting the seeds in the ground,
Yeah,
but yeah,
celebrate putting seeds in the ground.
sure, whatever.
It's traditions. There's a ton of traditions. So many.
It's weird.
Yeah,
the
kind of
festival
as weird
includes
as the previous question that I asked, which is, how are you all inside of those caves? There's no cave entrance. What do you
Well,
mean
you just
you're
have to
inside
go
of
up in the
cave?
waterfall.
Up through waterfall.
Maybe don't go up there.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was a bad idea. We came right back down.
Yes.
But you have to understand that that mine has been locked off to us for I can't even tell you for how long. The fact that people were even able to find an entrance. I mean, there's a giant stone door. We can't even get through it. We've tried. You all were in there. There could be countless untold ruins and artifacts and just so much
Yeah.
knowledge just ready to be gained and learned and shared.
Yeah.
And frog
No,
people.
there was some rust monsters.
I'm sorry, did you say frog people?
Yes. Frog folk. Kind people. Beautiful tribe. They
This
thought
is
I
all-
was their god.
very wonderful and all, but unfortunately, I am tasked with the holy mission to report what I've seen.
Yes, right. I'm so sorry. Right.
Could you tell me if the name of the inn here is still the Great Oak Inn?
Yes, that is in fact still the name of the inn. It hasn't changed since its inception, if the records are still true.
Pata has a little leather pouch, and she's counting a couple of gold out of it, of her own money. She
I
said,
suppose we should find some lodgings.
Pat takes a breath and she says, I might be able to stay one night, but in the morning I'm afraid I've got to booking myself a way to get back to Ember, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, that shouldn't be too hard. No, I'm sure there's plenty of roads here. I would imagine getting either getting a carriage or something else would be quite straightforward.
I would agree so. Perhaps I can find some sort of delegate of the Order of Ember, and they will provide me some assistance.
We do
I
have a
will plan
nightly
to.
order here, so I mean, they occasionally go around. They're really upstanding folk. But they might even be able to escort you all the way down.
Where would we find this knightly order?
Oh, well, I mean, you really can't miss it. They have a giant coat of arms outside of their building, but
What?
should be near, oh gosh, should be near where the king's residence is.
King's
Well,
residence?
how about you maybe can you maybe just take us there?
Yeah, duh, of course, duh, yes. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited by the idea of frog people and frog gods. And you have this giant blue lion, and like, aren't you cold? You're not wearing a thing, and this is insane. Who are you people?
So I lean over to Sawyer and I say, I think someone's got the hots for Yamdo.
And then, so yes, the nightly order is located near the blacksmith. Because there's no king living here. This king lives in Prince. But there's like a governor here. Actually, there is a governor, and anyway, yes. So yeah, we could be led to the nightly order. Maybe you guys get to the front gate, and there are two men who bear the same sigil on their coats that you recognize from Ord.
Oh, sick. Hell
At least
yeah.
I think, right, Kyle? Yes.
Yeah. They have
Yep.
the sigil with the hawk of Asteria.
Yes.
Sick. Yeah. Oh, what? Hell yeah, dude.
Greetings, travelers. What brings you to the order?
Greetings. My name Yamdo. These my friends. We bring news of Ordovik. He went out like hero.
They both look at each other, and they say, and one of them says, "Please wait here a moment."
Okay.
And he goes inside, and when he comes out, there is an older man, a human, wearing the same plate. He's carrying his helmet in his arms, and he says, "Greetings."
Wait, hang on. He has his helmet in his arms?
Yeah.
Does his helmet look like Ordovik's helmet?
Does it, Kyle?
That's not my call.
I think not. I think not.
No, probably
Okay.
not. No.
All right. But he's wearing like armor similar to Ordovik, right?
So the sigil is similar.
The sigil is
armor
similar.
not.
Armor's not. Okay.
I'd say these guys, their armor is definitely much more, like Ord's was pretty not complete.
Ramshackle. Yeah.
Like I would imagine these guys are probably fully plated.
Gotcha.
This is a Mandalorian situation, right?
Yes, yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Different, but
Yeah, we love it. Hell yeah, Mandalorian, sick, dude. Okay, so wait, I'm sorry. What the old man say?
He says, "I am Drogo Langston.
Drogo Langston.
I am the commander of the order here in Norbero. They tell me that you bring news of one of our members, news of his demise."
Unfortunate demise. Yes. We were in the mines over that way, and I point in in the direction of where we came from.
North. Yeah.
North. Yes. I say we were in the mines. We met Ordovik at the Rosa. What was the name of the inn?
Rosa Victory.
Rosa Victory. Yeah. Yes. Met Ordovik. Rosa Victory Inn. Zombie attack. Fled to mines. Camped out. Chased by giant stone golem. Ordovik sacrificed himself so that we could flee.
Zoe's writing down everything, and she says, "Thank you for speaking so slowly. That was a perfect opportunity for me to speak."
His eyes scan over all of you, and he says, "You are some sort of traveling troupe? Performers?"
Friends.
Avoiding eye contact.
Yamdo chimes up and says, we are friends.
And you are friends of Ordovik?
For the time, yes.
And I am inclined to believe you.
He kept calling us his charge.
Yes.
Well,
He never
both of the
explained
knights,
what that meant.
both of the knights behind him, standing by the doors, both of them. You can't see their eyes, but they bow their heads, and you imagine that their eyes are closed, sort of as they hear this. And he just says, "It sounds like Ordovik took it upon himself to protect those weaker than him, as every member of the Order should."
He taught me word. Metaphor. Means second skin.
He sort of, you see confusion on his face on this one.
Zoe is also showing extreme confusion.
Question. Ordovik never removed helmet. You have helmet by your side. Why?
Ordovik told us that he had taken an ancient oath to not take his helmet off. It is an oath that not all of us share. As a matter of fact, I also never saw him without his helmet off.
Okay. I really respect Ordovik and his memory, but you did hear Yamdo also mention that we ran into some zombies, right? Nobody seems to have reacted to that point.
I wanted to butt into
at
that
all.
because you said zombies, and
Yeah, nobody seemed to react to that. I'm just kind of wondering why.
There are
Commander
zombies
Langston?
north of the wall. No one cares so much about them except for the psychos from the Order of Ember.
Wait. You knew there were zombies north of the wall?
Everyone knows that there's a dead north of the wall. There was once a
DM,
whole...
is that like a known thing?
Yeah. There was once an entire kingdom. I mean, 30 or 35 years ago, there was a whole kingdom, and they all were killed by the ruin, the disease that this mysterious...
Okay, then rewind. I didn't say any of that.
Well, is the inn past the wall?
The mountain range, yeah. The Rosa Victory Inn is north of the mountain range.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you remember that because you were theoretically at the Rosa Victory Inn because, like I said, most people go there because they're fleeing from something.
Right.
Here, I mean, so basically, yeah, you see the over here. Yeah, right, okay.
But as I recall, you had mentioned that there's the knowledge that there are the undead north of the wall, but they had never attacked in recent memory.
Right, but the knights would be used to hearing of their existence.
Yeah.
Okay, so they wouldn't have flinched. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm back now.
Look at this typography for a second. God damn.
We love the typography.
Handwritten,
yeah,
brother.
I was just trying to figure out if the the statement of at Rose and Victory and then attacked would be different because that's not super far north.
There are risks that those north of the wall take. Being killed by the undead is a large one of those risks. I am troubled to hear that Ordovik made his way there. But I am honored to hear
why it was there?
Ordovik was a strange man. He didn't talk much to people. I fear now we may never uncover his secrets. I thank you for bringing this news to me.
Did he have a family?
He turns to look at the guys behind him, and they both they give him a brief shrug and shake their head, and he says, "We will check the records.
Damn.
Where can we find you? If we
We'll be
find
staying
anything?"
at the inn for at least tonight.
The Great Oak Inn. Understandable. We will seek you out there should we find any information on him.
Thank you. I would hate to not know that his family was alerted if he did have one.
I apologize for raising my voice. We do appreciate you bringing us this information. Do you hear that bird? I hear a little...
I hear
a little
it.
bird.
Yeah, we're
I don't know what that bird is. That's okay. There's plenty of birds around. It's gone. I must have scared it off.
we do have many.
Sawyer's
lovely
looking
breeds.
around real confused.
We have many lovely breeds of birds around here in Norbero.
What the fuck? It's a monkey. All right, he says thank you, and he goes inside. And Pata is there, and she says, "Did he call people from the Order of Ember psychopaths?"
Most
Did anyone else
Well,
hear that?
It's best not to read into it.
I imagine that different people from different groups always kind of think badly of people from other groups.
She gives this like pouty frown, and she says, "Look, I'm going to run off and see if there's a delegation of the Order of Ember here as well. I
That's
plan to
probably
meet
a
you
good
all.
idea.
At the very least, I'll meet you all at the Great Oak Inn tonight."
Okay.
And she turns and strides off.
Hell yeah. How
Will you?
big-
I will take. She takes rolling with her. I will take rolling.
Whee!
Good idea.
We love rolling, bro.
some rest.
Yuli, actually, as you guys kind of now you are aimless on the street for a moment, Yuli gathers you together and says, "Listen, everyone, I don't know if I've got anywhere to go. I think I'm nervous here in this town.
Why?
But if I were to leave, I would just walk the roads."
There's nothing to really be nervous about here. We do have a festival coming up, and I can imagine all the decorations might be a little off-putting, and yeah, the nights can be a little intimidating, but this is a fairly nice place to be.
He nods at a posted board in the center of town, and you, as a group, you walk to it. There are a number of things here, a number of advertisements for the Spring Sewing Festival. There are a number of wanted posters. You don't see Yuli's face. There's not many wanted posters. But then there's a list, and he runs his finger down the list, and he stops his finger. You look on the list, and you see his name there.
Oh shit!
Yuli, so.
On the list of wanted people?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
that would definitely do it.
What?
Yes,
At least they don't.
But surely,
Yuli's not that great of a name. And they don't have a picture of you.
They don't have
Like
a picture of him.
haircut. Maybe change your mannerisms a little bit. Mannerisms.
Oh yeah. You want me to smile and dance like a little monkey?
So I
What?
give him a very kind of pressing look, and I say, besides, as Ord's ward, I'm sure that this town that he comes from would welcome you with open arms, and treat you as you should be treated as his, ward.
You know what?
I wanna grab him by the shoulder, like arm around the back.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like slowly turning him around so he can look at the city or at the little town, and I say, "You said good people from here.
I like this. Hell yeah.
Yes.
You could be from here."
You visibly see him swallow. But what will I call myself? I was thinking about just being Ward. After we were just saying being Ord's ward.
It rhymes.
It
Good rhyme.
does, man.
It gives you a family and a home, and you would be able to live on the legacy of Ord, and you could make a life here and make his sacrifice worth something and make him proud.
Well, I've got almost no money, and the only people I know in town are you. 4.
Yes, but now that you're Ord's ward, maybe that will change things.
I mean, if anything, I'm sorry to butt in. I understand that you all lost a dear companion who belongs to this order, but if what you all are saying is true, one, all seriousness, changing your identity is not hard at all. I've done a lot of research into it, and it's super easy. Like, your friend here, Sawyer, is absolutely right. A haircut, a shave, a new demeanor. You've changed your name already, and there's no legal identifying records of who you could be, so we might as well just scratch that name off the board there. But also, this order is always taking initiates. You could be a knight of this order if that appeals to you, or there's a ton of other institutions around here that I'm sure you could apply yourself to. Really, I guess the choice is yours.
He looks at like all 4 of you and he nervously swallows, as if he was expecting a different answer. But he goes,
I do one of these.
There it is.
Well, in that case, I suppose that I shall be off to forge my own path as a ward.
Well, Ward, it's an honor to meet you.
I have a feeling
she extends
that
her hand.
he reaches out and shakes your hand too, and he says, "I kind of feel like we might not have seen the last of each other."
Well,
I reach out and
around
go
here,
ahead.
if you're staying here, you'll certainly see me again.
I smile very sweetly and I take his hand and I say, "It has been an absolute pleasure." And then I lean close and I say, "And if I hear anything of you disgracing Ord's memory by your behavior in the future, you will definitely be seeing me again."
My God!
Let's roll intimidation with advantage.
Let's go.
God.
You lean back and you see that he's visibly paler, more pale than he was before, and he says, "Well, I had hoped that for a less bittersweet goodbye, but like I said, to the future." And he looks at you, Sawyer, and then Yando, and he nods his head at both of you. And then he turns and looks around for a moment, kind of picks a direction, and then walks off.
Travel safely, friend.
So that just leaves Zoe, Yamdo, me, and Sawyer. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And there were 4.
I see him walk off, and then I turn to Sawyer. Gosh, I'm not sure how many times I've actually directly talked to Sawyer.
Yo, Biz.
And I say, "Well, Sawyer, that just leaves you and Yamdo and I. What are your plans?"
And Zoe.
Of the original crew.
Well, I feel like we were rudely interrupted the last time we were in a tavern.
So are you
I need a
suggesting
drink.
suggesting a drink? I think that sounds like something that me and you can agree on, Sawyer.
You guys make your way to the Great Oak Inn and Tavern. You go in and there is an older. There's a whole ton of people in here who are. The whole thing seems very friendly. The inn is a plaster and wood frame, big. It's a tall 3-story building. It has this big reinforced wooden door, and there's actually hedges, like bushes, out front. Inside, there are large, comfortable Persian rugs on the floor. There's a fire burning in the fireplace, and the exterior of the fireplace is made of this polished and gigantic petrified roots and base of an old oak tree.
Wow.
Henceforth the name of the Great Oak Inn. The second that you walk in the door, you're bombarded with delicious smells and friendly sounds of people talking. You are called immediately. "Hey there, hello, welcome. I am Ernest. Welcome to the Great Oak Inn."
Ernest?
Hey, Ernest.
Wait.
Zoe, hello.
Wait, wasn't Ernest also the name of the tavern
it was
keeper
Sam.
in
That's
the
Sam.
fucking Rose?
No,
Nah,
Sam.
Sam.
Sam Carpenter.
Oh, Sam. All right, Biss. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of another Ernest. Never mind. Hell yeah, Biss
There's
Ernest.
a number of people in here, and he says, "Can I interest you in something to eat, something to drink? We've got lamb stew."
A little of both, please.
Yes, coming right up. And
Ernest, can we get some of those hot pretzels?
Absolutely, please enjoy yourselves. Drinks, pretzels,
and Ernest, water, please.
and water, of course.
Yes.
Will you be having the lamb stew each? The turnip stew? We've got some sharp cheese.
Highly recommend the lamb stew. It is so good.
Put some of that cheese on the stew, please. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yamdo will take the lamb stew. Oh, is my lion welcome in your establishment?
That's quite the beast that I see poking its head through the door there. Perhaps
It's unlike anything I've ever seen. You've got to see it up close.
I would prefer. Why don't? Will you be staying the night? Perhaps I can provide you with some mutton that you could take to your room and leave him there.
Certainly.
He's going to scare the other guests, but I don't want him staying in the stables. He'll kill the horses.
No.
He hasn't killed anything.
No, my lion will do that. No.
Yendo says unsure. And he says, yes. And a delicious smelling plate of multiple bowls of lamb stew, one of them with cheese on top of it.
Yeah.
Comes out, and mugs of a tankard of bitter come out for everyone. And for a brief moment, you guys are out of the cold, dark / sometimes hot mines, out of the frozen north, and you're very extremely comfortable.
Well, shoot. I wish I should have. Man, that cheese looks really good on the stew.
Oh, well, here, coming right up, says the man.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to. Oh, okay.
Ernest, he's just like that. You think he can't hear you, and he hears you, and he loves to please people.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So, Miss Zoe.
Yeah.
What your story?
Oh, my my story. Well, as I might have mentioned, I'm sorry I didn't go off on tangents. I'm a researcher here in Norbero. Currently studying on
Oh, damn it, this one has an intro. Sorry.
That probably not too best to say out loud, but I'll go ahead and whisper here. So a colleague of mine, a mentor you could say, was super fascinated with things that happened north of the wall, and you'll hear that a lot around here. North of the wall, north of the wall.
North of the mountain range.
North of the mountain range, north of the mountain range. And I'm trying to... The letter that they left me had a question in it. And the question, and she looks both ways as if this is like some big like mystery reveal, was what really happened with the ruin? And I've been trying to figure that out myself because as far as I can tell, it's not documented. I mean, like, how does something like that actually happen in any sort of magical research or any sort of anything like a cataclysm of such a scale? It's like it's unprecedented. So I've kind of just been trying to figure out what I can about it and cross-referencing romantic poems of heroes and accounts of adventurers who've gone north and just horror stories looking for patterns, but I can't find anything. And now that you all have mentioned that there's even more undead, I'm not sure if going north is the smartest plan right now.
And I would advise against that if I were you. And you're surprised to hear Rolling's voice behind you. And Pat and Rolling are both standing there, and Rolling says, I would advise against everything that you've just said. You should be careful about how much you research into that subject. There are people who don't appreciate others sniffing around about those things. And if you want to know how I know this, it's because when I was a scholar at Haddonfield, I delved into the same subject. And four debating what was the official written history, I was banished.
Can we get like a bowl of bread?
Oh!
Coming right up!
We got a ball of bread. Oh
He
man.
just left the table. Well, I 100% understand, and again, that's why I tried to speak with a whisper. But I gotta give it to you, man. You're really stealthy. Like, wow, surprised me. I thought you might have been earnest for a minute, and I knew I was whispering.
I am rolling.
Nice to meet you.
You be wary of what you said.
Well,
That's what got me thrown out of Haddonfield.
the problem is that my colleague never came back from their studies, and they went north. And this is a mystery that I feel compelled to find.
Oh, that's a mystery I think we could help you with.
Well, not just for the sake of understanding it, but what if it happened again?
Yes, prevention.
That's why I think it's important to really actually find out what caused the ruin and see if it could happen again, and if it can, remove any possibility of something like that happening again. It's at least that's how I feel about it.
You and I should talk soon, young lady. But I warn you again.
Yemdo, he asks Zoe. He says, Zoe, do you know how to fight undead?
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I've never really fought in anything in my life, let alone a undead. I mean, maybe in a bad dream once or twice, but those never end well for me.
You three who were at the Rose of Victory Inn, you were haunted by this memory of that phrase that you heard uttered in the air around as the inn burned in front of you, just when you heard, "No witnesses."
Yo, no witnesses, bro. Hell yeah.
I mean, I suppose if anything, I guess you could say partially blessed. One of the benefits of my studies and the order that I work for is at least we're given holy symbols, but I've never had to use this in practice, so for all I know, this could just be and she pulls out a little necklace with like a, like a clerical symbol. Whatever the analog for the church here would be. But in practice, for all I know, this could be a piece of metal. Not trying to blaspheme here, but
No, that right there. And Yemdo points at the at your necklace, at your symbol. He says, "That right there, that your second skin, that your metaphor."
Zoe just kind of Zoe doesn't move her face, but she shifts her eyes at Lola and Sawyer, and she's not saying anything. She's just trying to communicate to
Sawyer makes that face. I'm like, just don't ask, like just let him have it.
You all now have full bellies and are comfortably having had a drink or two. Ernest, he says, if there's nothing else for you, it'll be 7 gold pieces, please.
Oh, I got that. Here, you guys just came into town, and this is going to sound a little silly, but, I mean, Pata, you just gave me this money, so consider this returning the favor.
Thank you for kindness.
Oh, Pata says, I am going to go see Rolling off to a room, and I'm going to retire myself. Good night. And she and Rolling make way for the stairs.
Yemdo says to Zoe, he says, Yemdo, notice you like writing. Maybe you can write this. When we fled, Rose of Victory Inn. Heard voice we did.
Heard voice we did.
No witnesses. Maybe.
Well, that's really ominous.
Yes.
No witnesses.
Maybe we research this in time.
Wait, do you want me to write maybe we research this in time?
No. No more writing.
Okay, gotcha. So research, no witnesses. Voice. So wait. I'm sorry. I hate to bring this up. It seems like a sensitive subject. But you all were, one, attacked, and then two, ended up in mines that have been sealed off for God's knows how long.
I look over
What?
at Lola,
How?
and I'm just ignoring the new person in the group. And I'm just like, because like, you know, we have that connection. We hung out longer.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You don't think that something's following us, do you?
Why would you think something's following us?
I mean, it said no witnesses.
But we haven't heard that voice since we got in the mine, have we?
No.
I mean, I would have thought that it got stopped at the mine. I haven't heard the voice again. Have you heard the voice again?
I'm just scanning the room for like any sort of
roll perception.
Like if someone's watching the table or something like that.
Nice. You don't particularly see anyone who comes across as threatening or anything. No one's eyes dart down to the table when they're looking up at you, and there's most certainly no undead super entity in the room.
I hate to butt in here, but if I can just ask another question. Did the statement come from a single person, or was it like you know, an amorphous, like you know, like how in ghost stories, like the invisible thing is like, ooh, ominous message.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Tribal tales, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, like tribal tales and ghost stories and things.
In mind, in head. That's where we heard it.
DM, would anything like that sound even remotely familiar from like a religion or a historical standpoint? Just like
negative.
Okay, so like no
Big
ghost
neg.
mythology. Anything like that. Yeah,
Could
no, that's a big negative on me. I thought it might be connected to like a myth or something.
Could I do my best to like recreate it using minor illusion?
Sure. The sound, yeah. You were able to accurately recreate the no witnesses quietly, but she can hear it.
Sick.
That's
Like that. Yeah.
oh,
great.
Wow, that's awful. Okay.
Now imagine that, but there's like 50 zombies in the room. Tearing all your friends apart, and I'm like pointing at the just people in the bar.
There it is.
And this was at the Rose of Victory Inn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And when like Sawyer says that, he's like redigesting that, like shit, that really did happen.
Yeah, I get kind of quiet. I'm like, yeah.
Look,
we tried to save as many people as we could. We could just couldn't get very many people out.
I mean, it's understandable. Undead are kind of notorious, both historically speaking and fictionally speaking, to be just the worst. I'm amazed that you all made it out with your lives, but I also hate to say this. I genuinely do. I understand it's only been a couple of hours since we've met. But if there were multiple undead and they pursued you and something had threatened you all with a statement as, well, you know, just solid as no witnesses, are y'all cursed? Like, did y'all touch some evil, like, artifact? Like, what did y'all do?
There's that shocked look on Sawyer's face because he's got the thing hooked on his arm, and it's starting to make him wonder. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro.
I'm just trying to think about, generally speaking, like, coordinated undead, that's like coordinated, that's like, that doesn't happen. There's not even a good analogy for it.
Yeah.
But you're saying that there were multiple of them, and something the voice that I just heard threatened all of you. That is not. That is an ill omen if there ever was one.
Yemdo looks over at Sawyer and says, Sawyer, show her your hand. Maybe we are cursed. Go on, that one. And I point to the hand that he showed me at the campfire.
Just grabs his hand and this one.
Can you go ahead and make a persuasion check for me?
No, sir, I don't think I won't.
Yeah, like I'm gonna show you exactly what it is right now. That's happening.
I mean, look, if you're not comfortable, I put it to you like this: if you feel like you've been marked or branded, I might be able to identify it. I'm hit up.
Yeah, so it's like getting up and kind of stretching a little bit. Like,
hey, Sawyer, while you're up, why don't you get us another round?
And more water.
Yeah, I can do that. And he just starts walking away, and he's like, kind of got his hand on his head, like he's like, "Fuck, is this thing cursed?"
You all enjoy another round before it is time for. It is just late now. Now it is late at night, and Ernest says, the bar clears out, and Ernest says, "Well, Zoe has paid your tab. Shall y'all be retiring?"
Oh, Zoe, that was very generous. You didn't need to do that.
Oh, no, please, it's 100% my pleasure, and you all have easily paid for the meal with...
Zoe is a very good person. Sawyer's very drunk.
Yeah!
Thank you, Sawyer.
Norbero is a town of good people.
Hey, Yamdo, why don't you help Sawyer to his room?
Yes, that is a good idea. And I say, and I go up to Sawyer, man. I put his arm around my shoulder, and I say, "Come, friend."
All right, we are not wrapping up. That we're gonna go overtime here for a little bit.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
10-minute overtime.
Let's go.
Just before you all go, I couldn't help but notice your vestments look a little beat up. If you all would like, I can fix those for you real quick. I know how to mend things. Believe me, when you work with books and scrolls, paper rips, and you need to know how to put it back together.
Sick. Come, Sawyer. Maybe
I don't need no stinking paper.
We get you new bandages.
No, your clothes, not your paper. But if you have a paper, I can do that too.
I'm a god.
Oh dear, oh dear. I immediately just go try and take Sawyer upstairs to his room.
Yeah, I turn to Zoe and I say, "I really appreciate it, but maybe we should wait till the morning and then we can worry about our clothes."
That honestly seems to be that's a 100% fair thing. Anna, I should probably head back to my dormitory as well.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what tomorrow has in store for us, but I hope that we meet up and can talk some more tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that'd be really great. It was really awesome meeting all of you all, and I'm hoping that I don't know, whatever you all have gotten yourselves into, hopefully I'll be able to help in some way.
That sounds great, but I would suggest not showing up too early. I have a feeling we're all probably gonna be a little sleeping in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Yeah,
I'm on that note, I think I'm gonna.
Yo,
you
so
all retire to your room.
Have a good night.
On behalf of Zoe, go ahead.
Yeah, so I take Sawyer to his room, and I just plop him on the bed, and like
you know there's a blue fucking lion here.
And I say shh. I say shh, and then like a gentleman, I take his shoes off and I place them right by the bed, because that's what you
cute,
do.
bro.
That's what you do, bro. When your friend is drunk, you take off their fucking shoes, ladies. And this is Yam speaking, ladies and gentlemen. You take off your shoes. You take off the shoes of your friend when your friend is drunk. And never do I want to wake up with shoes on. But anyway, I take Sawyer's shoes off and I place them by the bed. Is Leonidas with me?
He's in your room. Room.
He's in my room. Okay.
Yep.
How
His big
close?
lion
How
is
close
breathing
is
into
my
the-
room to Sawyer's room?
Oh, just down the hall, I would assume.
All right, Sawyer, are you asleep?
Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
He for sure passed out when he found a bed.
All right. So hell yeah. So you're passed out. I take your shoes off and I place them by your bed.
And for fun.
Yeah.
It's like one fluid motion with him like walking towards the bed, and you see the device on his arm just sort of fall off and reconfigure into a lantern. Lands around the ground,
hell
and he just
yeah.
falls into the bed.
Sick. Hell yeah, dude. So then I open up the door. I open up Sawyer's door and I whistle for Leonidas to come into the room. And while Leonidas is there, I'm going to kneel down and I'm going to say, "Watch over Sawyer. Don't scare him. He is friend." And I leave Leonidas in the bedroom with Sawyer, and I close the door.
Yeah, the lion does not want to be in the room.
Oh, okay, hell yeah. Oh, and then okay, fine. You can come
the
with me.
first day you've had the lion. It's kind of like
hell
you leave random people. It's fine. I mean, I don't. The lion the lion wants to go with you.
Hell, okay, I said, okay, fine. You can come with me, and then yeah, I just closed. I actually
around just a
But
drunk mess.
everyone retires to their individual rooms, and as you fall asleep, you are bombarded with some strange visions and strange memories. For starters, you see two familiar faces. You see those two knights that you've seen before in visions. It's Falindor and Dagenham. Dagenham is like this older knight, and Falindor is kind of his squire. They're coming out of a tent, and they both have their heads hung low. And you can kind of tell by looking at this that they've just delivered the bad news to Sierra, that Sierra Cromwell, the leader of the Northern Army, that the dwarves are not coming to their aid. And Dagenham he looks down at Falindor, and he smiles, and he reaches out and puts a hand on Falindor's shoulder. But as this hand lands on Falindor's shoulder and the scene changes, you're in a different place now, and there's nothing but destruction around you. And Falindor and Dagenham are looking at each other, and there's wind howling and darkness and a screeching that you don't know where it's coming from. And both of them have tears in their eyes, and Falindor is weeping almost openly, and he looks at Dagenham and he says, "This is madness!" that he yells through this howling gale. And as this happens, one of you is abruptly woken. And it's Sawyer. Sawyer, you wake up because... Is this not going to work? Oh, I gotta redo it. Maybe. What the hell? Did we lose Rhythm Bot?
Did we? My Rhythm Bot at?
Trying to go.
There
you go. Nice.
Hell yeah.
You wake up and you're confused because things are hazy, but your eyes open. Your vision is blurred. You've been drinking too much, but you definitely see these golden runes rotating on the ceiling and around your room, and you realize that the lantern, having fallen on the floor, is open, and bits and pieces of them are turning over and over and over again. And you sit up in your bed because you're chilly. You feel cold.
Damn.
And you look around this room, and there's golden images of people and beings in this room. About half of the people that you see are you. They're Sawyer. You see images of Sawyer being shocked as Yamdo falls down a waterfall. You see images of Sawyer in this room, sitting on his bed. You see images of Sawyer drunk, asleep, and you see images of a Sawyer sleeping in the bed as a man with a blade steps towards him. And there's tons of different Sawyers, but there's Yamdo and there's Lola, and you see images of Ord, and this whole time you kind of feel this chill, and gradually almost every Sawyer you see comes and lies down in this bed. One or two Sawyers pat Ord on the back. Ord is in the hallway and then goes to bed.
Oh man.
One or two Sawyers kisses a woman in the hallway and then comes to bed. One or two Sawyers never makes it to the bed. He's killed before he gets there. Many, many of them are sleeping in this bed. But abruptly, the images all stop. The lantern snaps shut, and every single thing disappears, and the lantern lies quiet on the ground. And you realize that your window is open, but you know that it was closed when you came into this room. And as you sit up, you realize that you're not alone in here. There's something that you smell it before you see it. There's a mildewy, moldy, rotten clothing, cloth stench, sort of this wet mildew smell that's coming from this. You're not even sure what it is. It looks like a mound of rags that is sort of heaving as it's on the floor by the window. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I want to use telekinesis to pick up the lantern and put it on.
The lantern snaps on your arms, and as you're watching,
and I'm just like sitting in the bed, like one arm on the like upper arm of the other, where that has the bracelets pointed like a gun.
And you you see this filthy mass of rags. You realize that it's not just a mound of pulsating and moving. It's vaguely humanoid shaped, and then you realize that it is humanoid shaped. There's a huge man shaped thing here, hunched over, and to your shock, its head raises and it looks right at you. And there's this incredibly plain looking helmet, very slightly dinged, super plain, nothing expensive, even bits and pieces of rust. And to your surprise, it speaks to you.
Sawyer?
Oh shit!
No! What do I do here? I just slowly put my arm down. Wood?
Yes. That was quite the display of lights. I can imagine this is shocking for you.
Did you die? Are you alive?
Well,
what happened?
I'm honestly trying to figure that out myself. But presently, as you can see, I'm in a bit of a predicament. What with these investments that I had to, well, borrow. I believe what happened in those mines was, I do not know if it was destiny, I do not know if it was fate. All that I know is that what I thought was a ending seems to be the beginning of a new chapter. But I confess to needing your help. This is a bit new for me here. I'm unarmored and, well, little bit afraid. Strange as that might sound. I'm sure you're afraid too. I didn't mean to startle you. I just saw the lights and I don't know, it was a feeling. If you believe in such things, that led me here to this room. All that to say, if you could help me find a new suit of armor and a helmet that's not so beat up, I would be in your debt, my friend. And in time, I will tell you what I know.
Fuck.
Oh, and Rorg sends his regards.
Oh, shit.
There's just like this really long pause. And Sawyer says, I could have saved you. And I chose to save Yuli.
Do you regret your decision?
I don't know.
Damn.
I believe, if I may, I don't believe that I truly intended to die there. To protect you all, yes. To keep you all out of harm's way, that was the promise that I had made to each and every one of you. So I thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for saving Yuli's life. I hope that he has learned a valuable lesson from all of it. That sounds horrible. I know. Lives are not lessons. It's... I'm not explaining this well. If anything, again, I thank you for helping to save the others, but I think more importantly, I don't know how to explain this to the others. I'm not sure how deeply affected everybody else was. I know we had only known each other for some time. I would not have been offended if my sacrifice was just a moment in time. Perhaps you might know of a way to explain this to a very, very spiritual Yamdo and perhaps the more analytical Lola Harvey. Did everybody make it out, by the way? Did Rolang and Pata survive? I wasn't able to actually look back before that stone fist crushed me. That was a terrible feeling.
We made it. Yeah, we made it. We're in Norbero now.
Yes, my home. A beautiful place. Wonderful smells, delicious food. I hope you had the lamb stew.
Add with some cheese on top.
Ah, truly a delight. I do appreciate you. But again, I don't know how to explain this to others, and in my present state, I have neither sigil nor currency nor much of anything. Would you be able to help me?
I'm sort of confused as to what I'm looking at right now. Can I investigation check or something?
Yeah, roll investigation check.
No D4. Jesus Christ. Don't
So
need it.
You see an Ord-sized man. There's an Ord-sized individual here, easily Ord-sized. He's got a helmet on, but other than that, he's maybe got some rags, like wrapped, maybe a hood weighs up over some of the helmet. But this guy is a patchwork of coverings, just rags and bits and pieces of clothing and junk kind of wrapped around his arms and his hands and his torso. Like maybe he's wearing a big cloak, but like underneath of it, right down to his hands. And the hands are, I will let you know, the hands are wrapped sloppily. That's news probably to Kyle and to you.
His helmet is Ord's helmet, right?
No, it is not Ord's helmet.
Sorry, I think a lot.
I know, it's okay. I mean, we need to wrap it up, but I had to get here.
So
Had to get here.
Yeah. Okay. How about?
Are you well, Sawyer? I understand that this is sudden and perhaps alarming.
Is Sawyer well? I fire so I'd be like, am I well?
Yeah, Sawyer, yeah. That's literally no. That's yes. Sawyer says it's just been a long couple days.
Agreed. Yes, it has.
I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
I trust your intuition. From what little time that we have spent with each other and interacted with each other, I see that you have a far sharper eye than you let on. I believe that. How does the saying go?
The whole time that Sawyer's been quiet, he's been casting detect magic.
Detect magic? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the same thing that you saw when you casted it in the mines related to Ord. That thing is still there under his chest, or under his outer clothing. The same way that you saw Lola Harvey's necklace was magical. You see, I mean, easily this could be a necklace underneath of his clothing.
I trust that, as the saying goes, you would be the man with the plan. I'm sorry, you were. Oh.
What's that thing around your neck?
Ah. This trinket of mine is very precious. And he goes ahead and the very poorly wrapped hand goes around to the fabric wrapped around his neck where like his gorget would have been. And a necklace. He reveals a necklace. A tiny little locket. And Ord treats this locket with the utmost care, as if Ord was already gentle with most things, but he would treat this in a similar manner to how somebody at a museum would treat like a priceless artifact. Like there's almost a reverence. No, it's not almost. There is a reverence to this locket. It is a reminder and a memory. I was lucky that it survived with me.
I'm going to get up slowly and start walking towards the door. And Sawyer's going to say, I'll be right back.
Of course. Take your time.
Oh my god. Friend. It's like, if everyone's okay with continuing, I like...
Keep it going, bro.
Take your time, my friend. I'll be here, but if I may make another request, and I do apologize, for I have made many. I would prefer, if possible, that what is currently transpiring in this room remain between the two of us until I can at least return to some semblance of decency. I do not have Gamdo's confidence or courage for being out of uniform, as it might be.
You don't gotta worry about nothing. I'll get you a suit, and I leave.
Are you stopping there, or?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, I
goodness.
guess I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't know if we want to save this for next time, but yeah, I'm gonna go wake up.
Perfect. Yes.
Go wake up Yando and everyone.
Yeah. And like I gotta figure out what to tell them.
Yo.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I will not continue unless continue unless it's 100% sports. So I want to hear from Rosine.
I was about to say, this is a perfect ending point. Like, that was a hell of an episode closer, but if you
Solid.
want to keep going, we can keep going.
I think it's a great cliffhanger.
There it is.
Great. Yeah.
There it is.
I think that moment of just leaving and the door closing and Ord's just sitting there.
It's like you can see a TV show, and that's the way the episode ends.
That's how it
ends.
ends.
Like, I'll be right
You
back.
know
I'll
it,
get
like
you
you
a
know
suit.
the second that door closes, it's gonna end, and you're gonna feel so like.
Yeah,
fucked.
yeah.
You gotta wait
watch
till
the
next
time.
week.
You're like, oh my
Like,
god.
what's he gonna do? What's gonna happen? What's he gonna do?
There it is.
They did that in Game of Thrones so well. Every
Yeah, they
fucking
did, yeah.
episode.
Solid,
That was so
bro.
good.
Solid,
What an
bro.
episode.
I'm
What
telling
a-
you, bro.
what a session.
Session 6, man. Session 6. This was it. This was the champion episode, bro. Oh my goodness, man. Law, you killed it. Everything.
It was great.
God,
Definitely had some planning going into this one.
bro.
That is the
Beautiful,
best
beautiful
session.
work, Law.
Bro.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
I can't wait to, man, we're gonna upload this. We're gonna upload this right now, ladies and gentlemen, so it's ready for us in the morning. My goodness,
with
bro.
our coffee.
Oh my
wait,
god,
wait.
bro.
Can you edit out the Minecraft?
Yo, bro,
No, the Minecraft stays.
yo,
The
it's
Minecraft
in.
regular stays.
It's fucking
Minecraft
in.
regular stays.
Oh my
Minecraft
god, bro. The
regular
Minecraft
stays.
stays. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. This
We
was.
can just make it unlisted. It's only us that are gonna really watch it.
This
right?
was-
I know. I'm
Yeah,
just laughing.
or if you honestly
No,
want
leave
to,
it.
like,
Oh no,
Look
I
at-
was
look
just
at Rich
teasing.
and
I don't really
famous.
care. I don't get embarrassed. I just
We're
think
gonna
it's hysterical. Like, you
we're gonna
guys
get-
must have been like, what the heck is she?
100% what happened. We were like, what are you talking about? Minecraft
This
Legos.
is some
Like,
crazy RP she's got going on.
I was like, is Lola Harvey like that put off by talking about Ord? Then she's just like, yep. And then there were Legos.
God damn. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this was it. Session 6, Tribute Coast. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, I don't mean to toot our own horn, but Critical Role, I don't want to hear nothing about nothing, bro, because this is the content right here, bro. This is what you come for, ladies and gentlemen. So, for my dear brother Sawyer, for the great and powerful Ordovic, now known as Zoe, for the DM of Death Law, and for my sister, the one and only, the great and powerful Roisin. My name has been Yams, but you have been the true viewers of Tribute Coast and family-friendly games, bro. Family-friendly fantasy. So with that being said, I'm telling you, bro, this is it. This is the content. We'll catch you in the next session, baby.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna
Adios.
just take